Jesus. Yeah, man. They got the protesters got the maxes all messed up and stuff. Yeah, I don't be understanding that. It's some wild work out here. I don't think. I'm just waiting for it to turn violent at some point. Granted, I'm in Chinatown. I don't have to deal with all the hoopla of whatever. You know, it's not something I gotta deal with. I'm glad I don't. What it seems like is gonna happen is, yeah, it's peaceful right now. This is the same thing that happened with the same thing what happened with old boy. You know, that had his neck stepped on, or whatever the case is. And you know, I was thinking about that. Not really thinking about it. I was talking about it kind of all day. We protested for what was it? It was like 6 months to like a year, right? And well, we didn't even. It wasn't even like a protest. I would just say we rioted for like 6 months, 6 months to a year. It was something like that. It was a mess, right? And what happened? Nothing. All we did was mess stuff up. Oh no, yeah, don't, no, 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 yeah. There you go. You don't know where you're going. Um, but yeah, so we had all this stuff going on and whatever, and blah blah blah, and nothing changed. Like everybody's talking about defunding the police and whatever. That ain't did nothing. That did not help. And now we have like a super duper drug problem. I don't understand I don't understand the point in defunding. We don't want to defund the police. That's not what we want to do. If you're not doing nothing wrong, there is no reason to defund the police. It's not. Why defund the police? Like I want the cops. I don't do nothing. You know, I'm law abiding. You know, I'm not. Now back when I was in the world, yeah, that'd be nice. But I mean, now that I'm an actual human and doing things right, I don't want none of that. All that made, right? All that made, right, is a state of people having to defend themselves. So that's like out here. If you need the police for whatever reason, and this is just being 100% honest, if you need the police, you say that somebody there has a gun. That is the only way that they're going to show up quick. Now, you don't have to necessarily say that they have a gun, but you can say you think they have a gun, and they're gonna show up. That's the only thing they're showing up for. Is if they think somebody got a gun, that's it, and that's just because they're trying to get guns off the street. But if you need a quick response, well, yeah, I think somebody has a gun. Oh man, I think somebody got one. There was this guy over here when I first got to the Max, and he was just over there like yelling, and like just kind of like the meth was like really, really tearing him up. I asked him when the last time he used was, and he was like yesterday. He was over here tripping out about his girl. His girl left him and went to jail, and keeps leaving him for like squares or whatever. But it's like, bro, you're out here on the street. And I mean, if you're out here with a girl that's in the street, what do you think? That's not a that's not a woman like that. You know what I'm saying? That's like kind of just that's kind of just like choosing. So that's all that's gonna happen is they gonna be choosy. So you can't be upset at that. Like if you was doing the things that you was supposed to, she wouldn't choose like that. But I mean, people don't be understanding. A woman is looking for security and protection. They want to feel safe and secure. That's that's what a woman wants, and that's what they need. They require that. So if you're not given those things, why would a woman stay with you? Security and safety. It's really simple. But I mean, if you're out here homeless and y'all are just walking around the streets, so if any dude has a better situation or something else going on besides that, yeah, she's gonna choose. It's- what do they? What at that point? What do they have to offer? Not much. Yeah, I was just kind of asked him, do you believe in God? And I specifically asked him, do you believe in Jesus? You know, do you believe that He died for your sins and rose on the third day? He said, yeah. And I was like, okay, well, that's really good. All the things that you're going through right now, you can leave all that stuff. Well, let me mute it real quick. Slug bug. But so I was talking to the dude and I asked him does he believe in Jesus and all that. I'm like, all those things could be, all all the addiction and all that can be gone. I'm like, as long as you seek the Lord and want to stop, seek Him and His righteousness, and then all things will be added upon you. That is a beautiful statement. And I'll tell you, if I didn't do that, I would probably be in the same situation, if not worse, or But I don't know, man. Being out here and looking at like the protesters and stuff, like earlier when I left, because I went to the range and they were all on MLK. And as I'm looking at this, like all these people, right? That just seems like a lack of God. That's all it seems like. Because it doesn't matter what Trump is doing. It doesn't matter what Trump is doing. There's only one king. That's the Most High. It, you can't, and that's the thing is there's always going to be rulers of the earth. Period. There's always going to be rulers. There's always going to be some form of uh, there's always going to be some form of authority. So, I mean, you can either go along with it and it doesn't matter, or not go along with it and it doesn't matter. Because even right now, we have too many different ideologies. We have too many different thoughts where even if it was, okay, there's no more Trump, right? What would happen after that? What would happen after that? We would still have these different groups of people trying to strive for power. That's it. And I think if people understood and like built a relationship with God, it would be a lot. It would be a better understanding of kind of all things, because that's like, and that's why this is why I do not go by Christian, because the Christian name has such a bad reputation with everybody, and it's just because I'm this, I believe in this, and oh well, if you're gay, you're going to hell. You can't just do that. Because just like a person's gay, I do stuff. It doesn't matter what I do, but just because they're gay and that is a sin that they do, okay, that's that's one sin. One sin is not above anything else. So yeah, a person could be gay and I killed a person. That bless you. That doesn't that's the same weight. It doesn't matter. Sin is sin. It's like a person can kill somebody and then go steal something, or somebody else go steal something. It's the same. It's the same thing. Sins are weight equal. Sin is sin. It doesn't matter. But I think that certain people have put such a sour taste in people's mouths. That's that's the reason why I don't go to church here in Portland. Because, well, even now, I didn't feel the spirit like that going to church as a kid. Oh, that's terrible. That is terrible work. Yeah, that's terrible work. But I mean, where where can people have an understanding? Because I think a lot of I think a lot of people think, and that's just kind of what it seems like to me, is because because whatever, you're damned. And what that is that is a trick of the enemy. That's all that is. So because you actively do the sin and it's rough for you to stop doing it, oh, well, I'm just damned and I'm just gonna go to hell. Well, yeah, you're gonna go to hell if you don't pray. If you don't repent and actively try to change these things, yeah, I mean, I can't say what's gonna happen to you, but I know the steps into not try to do those things. Because if we try to do it ourselves, it's kind of a wrap. We kind of can't do it. And then also, like walking with the Lord is different. Uh, well, there's homeboy I was talking to. He left, but yeah, I was talking to him about the Lord. And, yep, walked off. People be, especially when people be on drugs. They be on drugs and just in their little whatever, and then start talking about Jesus. Hey, they get. I don't know if it's conviction or, the demons get to wiggling in there, but yeah, that's like my thing. You know, my thing is lust. That's what it is. I mean, that's kind of a common thing for men. That's what my issue is. My issue is lust. That's just being a butt. Now, I'm a lot better, but again, that is with prayer. That's with prayer and fasting and a whole bunch of other stuff. But I tell you, that's something different. Um, I would say manipulation too. That's kind of different. That's kind of more of like witchcrafty type. You're getting kind of into some different things. But yeah, I mean, there's just so many ways that we're flawed, and that's like the big part. You seek Him, you be alright. But yeah, I don't know, man. I don't think people understand that the protests aren't going to do anything. Like, and that's the cold part. Say something does happen to him, then what? Like, I've never in my life heard like death wished on somebody so much. Never. Like, they're wishing death, and that's crazy. They've been doing that. Like, how do you want a human to die? But yet, these same people that want a human to die will not eat chicken because it's a chicken and everything has a right to live. And, like, shishmortion, you know, like getting rid of kids. I don't believe in it, but I mean, I think there's only like certain things that should be like the case. But I mean, there's always things that we don't try to like do, and we've done it, but we've also done it when we were in the world, right? So if we're in the world and we do these things, it's kind of like, okay, yeah, don't do it again, which makes sense because you can't you can't you can't you can't do something and then continue to do it, especially if you know it's wrong. And that's just normal human stuff. That's what that is. That's just normal human stuff. And that's why I be like, everybody that knows something is wrong, you know it deep down. And if you don't, that means that's something different, bro. Like, how do y'all not understand that? Like, your heart be so callous. And I don't think people get neither that everything will come back. Everything comes back. Doesn't matter what it is, good, bad, whatever. Everything comes back. Uh, I'm just waiting for stuff to catch on fire because it's Portland, and this is the same thing that happened with the guy that got, he couldn't breathe. But that's my thing too. I was talking about that earlier. So the guy that can't breathe, right? I'm just gonna leave him like that. You are a black man. Let's keep it a buck. And this is just me. My family understands this. I'm not fighting the police. I'm not resisting. I'm not doing none of these things. So, if something ever happens, my whole family knows this. I've said this my entire life. If something ever happens with the police, sell everything and get the best attorney. Sell everything. Sell the houses, all that. Get the best attorney, and y'all finna get shipped out. There's no, there's nothing, bro. Like, and you know this, you learn this as a child. Don't fight with the police. Don't resist the police. Don't do none of these things. We don't have the perks of other people. It doesn't work. Yeah, it's not fair, and like I think that's where people look at things. Oh, it's not. Or they shouldn't do black people like that. Okay, stop crying. Like it's a lot. It'd be a lot of crying. Yeah, it shouldn't be like that, but it is like that. So, with it being like that, let's continue to move forward. You know better. Period. And if it was, if there was no fight or no like zero nothing, bro, family would be able to get shipped out. So even if you was, even if you didn't do nothing, people act like things like that don't happen. It happens all the time. Then all the camera, I never really looked into it because it's just that's all I'm a bro. You should have just did whatever. You should have just went to jail. But I mean, I don't know. It's kind of like who raised you too. Like I ain't trying to be funny. Like not trying to talk on a dead man, but we know the rules. Like you don't act like you don't know the rules. Like they've been the. And on top of that, you was an older cat too, so like what's up. Um, as long as you just stay away from me and mine, I ain't tripping. It's wild work. It's very concerning to continue to think about just whatever. And then too, is it shows where, again, it shows where this I don't know, just a lack of God, bro. That's that's what it be. Because y'all are like, and even just like, I don't know, program like just saying no king, but we don't have a king, and for y'all to put that much oomph to Trump is concerning. It's beyond concerning because I mean he already got shot in the ear. There was already another dude that tried to get him when he was golfing. And if people believed in, if people had faith in God, we're always going to have rulers over the land. We are. And then, besides the rulers of the land, we have principalities, right? So we have all these things. What people need to be paying attention to is that stuff that's going on in Israel and Iran and all that. That's what people really need to be paying attention to. Because you pay attention to that, it's like, bro, it's that is an ugly situation, and they are neighbors, like shooting rockets, like yeah, it's like Texas and Mexico just shooting rockets at each other. They're like right there, bro. That's wild. It's like us just bombing Juarez. Like they right there, bro. Yeah, it's just ugly work. What the fuck? I guess I'm on the wrong max. I thought I was on the green. That was.
No, it's yellow.
Huh?
I guess you know that now.
Fuck that. Yeah, this may be a crazy situation. You're the rule. Yeah, my wrong one. Tripping. What's like going on though? Yeah, man. I mean, I don't get it. It is hard to understand what is going on in the current situation in the current state. Killer, it is crazy. I don't be understanding it, but what's gonna happen is and you know what another thing that's wild. Hold on, I gotta put you on my pocket. You know, another thing that's crazy is with all this, right? And God says this: if you turn from your wicked ways, I will heal the land. Hey, ain't nobody doing that, and people don't realize that that America is like Sodom and Gomorrah. Y'all see what happened there? Hey, he burnt that bad with everything. And I don't think y'all realize why Sodom and Gomorrah was so bad. What it was being gay. Sexual desire and not seeking him. You feel me? Like that's what that is. People don't want to admit that or like really take that for what it is, but that's exactly why they that was like I want to say Lot was living in one of them cities, right? And some angels came down, or was it one? I don't know, an angel or two came down, and the dudes in the city was trying to rape the angels, bro. And Lot was like, hey, I will let you have my daughter or daughters. Can't remember which. I want to say it was daughters. And he was like, they haven't been deflowered yet. He offered his kids. They was trying to rape the angels, bro. That's crazy. That's what that is. That's crazy. But I mean, y'all look at America and all that shit. That's 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 it. What are you talking about? That's exactly what that is. Y'all wonder why stuff be so bad and all this. Oh well, let's protest this. What's going to change? Ain't nothing going to change. And we all think things gonna happen that, but it ain't gonna change. It's alright though. You know, people gonna see because it really don't matter. Like a lot of this stuff do not matter. And that's another thing I don't really get, right? So we got all these people out here protesting and stuff like that. With the other country's flags, bro. Like, bro, you're here. I can understand if like if you're doing both flags. 'Cause I saw one dude earlier, man, and it blew my mind, bro. It blew my mind. Homeboy had a flag, right? And was driving a motorbike, and he had a big U.S. Flag, and then he had Israel, and then he had what's it called? Israel and Mexico. He had their flags, and it was covering the stars. So you covering the 50 states, but then you got the 13 stripes. That's kind of weird to me. I don't understand that one. But I mean, I guess I don't think you can. And that's like everybody that burns the flag. I thought that was like flags aren't even supposed to touch the ground, but people be burning them. It's like if you burnt a flag. I mean, I would think, you know what I'm saying, like something bad is supposed to happen. Okay, going to my utopia. Starting with the drugs. My utopia. So if you get caught doing drugs, right? You are whatever amount of drugs you have, whatever the charge would normally be, it's double. No matter what, you're going to jail. You're going to get sober. Or you can join a program where you're going to be in the middle of nowhere, kind of like a farm, and you're going to detox and trades and all these things. But we would tell you that it's the same amount of time as whatever you would go to for double, but it would be just like a year or two. Whenever you got sober and you learned to trade and was able to get enough money to get into a place, right? Granted, that'd be a lot of, that's a lot of money funding those things. But I mean, there's a lot of nonprofits that are just giving things away, and these people are just wasting away. Yeah, that's not good. So that's what would happen with the drugs. That's how you kill anyway. People that raped or messed with kids. Oh, you're getting probably your head cut off. Like it'd be like just like I think it's called a guillotine. Yeah, we would do that public or stoned. You know what I'm saying? And that's everybody. It doesn't matter what it is. It's not no allegations. If it's an allegation, the family could deal with it the way they see fit, but it needs to be proven. And that's what happened in Italy or Sicily. There was this thing called vendetta, and say somebody killed my dad, and I know they killed my dad. I had the right in the law's eyes to kill that person, but it would just go back and forth, and that's how it ended up being really bad. And they fled over here because they were just smoking each other, and it was in the law, so you could. Yeah, I don't. I think if you had a kid and you want the kid, you would have to carry the kid full term, give it up for the adoption, and be on an extended birth control if you didn't want kids. And one of the like the good ones. Ugh, that's nasty. I tell you, these kids too. These kids are something different. That's a big issue too, is the kids. I don't know what would happen in my utopia, but I talked to my daughter about it, pretty kind of on the regular, you know, because from 33 up, right, we have a different state of mind because we were hit as kids and all the things. You couldn't just talk like that. Can't talk to adults like that. Show adults respect because we actually got checked and punched in the mouth and things like that. I've been punched in my mouth multiple times by grown men when I was younger because you're out of pocket. And it's like now, it's like the older guys are kind of scared to talk to the younger kids because they don't listen to nothing. But I be talking to my daughter, and you know, if we wanted to enslave you, everybody from 33 down, if we wanted to enslave you guys, or 32 possibly, but everybody under there, yeah, all y'all could be enslaved. So a lot of y'all don't get, you know, everything is about feelings. How do you feel? Stuff like that. No, I had to bury that. Most men had to bury that. And it was this old guy, he was talking. He had this bucket, and the bucket was full of water, and he had a dropper. And he dropped one drop of water in the bucket. And he said, that one drop is your feelings. And the bucket is the world. The world does not care about your feelings. It doesn't. But I don't know if that's just because I'm a man and, you know, just kind of got punched in the face a bunch of times. But, yeah, the world doesn't care about your feelings, and that's what they're trying to push to the kids, that your feelings do matter. Yeah, they do matter, but the world can't revolve around your feelings. It's not going to work. And that's how you guys can be enslaved. If you guys continue to grow like that, then that's how you grow. Once I'm dead, and this is why I try to push on my kids something different, because once I'm gone, if you can't fight, if you can't have that mental up there, you will be beat into submission, and then you can be enslaved easily. They know they can't do that with my generation. Now, yes, but I mean, there's going to be a handful of y'all, and then y'all are just going to be slaughtered. Y'all are going to be the first slaves that got off the boat. I'm not going to do this. Oh, yes, you are. And yeah, y'all going to follow suit. I mean, it's sad. Back to my utopia. All the trees and bushes and things that we have like that. Everything would produce food. There is no reason why every tree does not have an apple on it or an orange on it or something. There's no reason why we have homeless people that can't just eat. There's no reason. Man. Granted, it would take like 3 years for them to really start producing, but it would produce. Money would start to really get pushed out. That would really start to fade out. Because at the end of the day, we really do need money. We don't need it. We do everything and all the things. I would say our country would still make money for like medicine and those types of things, but between each other, it should be just a barter system. What we know, like what we know how to do. Like, let me get half a cow and I'll fix your roof. You know what I'm saying? There should be something like that. Because let America come. That's exactly what it's going to go back to. Gold and silver, that might last for a minute. But I mean, once the people have that, they're not gonna really part with it. They're gonna wait for the economy to something. Even if it's pesos or Canadian money, that's what, yeah. But I mean, the currency, real talk, is gonna be, your trade, what you know how to do, and bullets. That's what it's gonna be. I mean, a woman is always going to, have her gifts, but I mean, besides, I really don't see that trading. I don't know. It's definitely believe it's going to go that far. I think. Well, just looking at just that Israel situation, I don't see what would make Israel attack Iran, especially in the timing. We're having all this whatever that's going to get worse. Seattle's on fire. They want Portland to go up. I know they do. They want Portland to go up, like how we did with old homeboy. They know we gonna go. And then honestly, with ICE, like I don't even know what's their numbers. What's it looking like with them? I don't know. Granted, they can be doing it probably better. They can do everything better. And again, when it comes to Mexicans, if you've been here longer than when Biden started, you should be good. That's me though. If you're not getting in trouble, but that's what happens anyway. When you get in trouble, you go to jail, you get deported. That's always been a thing. That's how they got my homeboy. Like, that's the thing. When I was in elementary school, pretty much all the Mexicans were illegal. Like, not all of them. I mean, we had a couple that had their papers, but a lot of them no. Like their family were illegal. There was only I think 2 that were actually born here, but the rest of their family were illegal. So I don't even know how that would work. Because I mean, one of my homeboys came on the train. One came underneath like a semi truck, like the floor. I don't know how Alex got here, but yeah. And he got a pass too. Like his brother had got deported when he was a kid, but he was a gang member. He got deported early. Like we was in elementary school when his brother got deported. He was in like 5th grade. And then in high school, we got out of high school. He got a DUI, and the police let him go. He got another DUI, and they deported him. I talked to him when I got off drugs. I had talked to him. He was trying to get me to go down to Mexico, and I'm like, yeah, nah. But he's doing good. But yeah, I'm not going down there. And I had asked him, I'm like, bro, why was you still drinking and driving? Man, just living life. That's that young. I asked him, was he coming back? He was like, nah. He was like, maybe. That's wild. He was up here for years. And he was like, if he do go back, it ain't gonna be up that far. And I'm like, man, I don't see how. And they're talking like the Venezuelans, and I think that's the cool part is everything is so inflated. Because okay. Let's say a whole bunch of Venezuelans did come. Let's just say that. All of them aren't criminals. There's no way all of them are criminals. There's no way. Like the odds of that is like 0. I couldn't even say 1. It has to be under 1%. Now, the Chinese that were coming over and all the land that we sold to China, the hundreds of millions of acres that people don't talk about. There should have been no reason that we could sell land to another country. We can't go over there. I don't think we can go over there and buy land. And if you do it, you're jumping through a lot of hoops. They have land next to military bases and all kinds of stuff. Sounds like a trap. Sounds like something that's not good. I mean, people don't think about it. People ain't looking that far. They're only looking like what's right there. And that's like 114. Hope y'all is getting that hope y'all getting y'all guns right. Because 114 is gonna hit again. And then we're going to stop it again. Possibly, hopefully. We're going to stop it again, and that's going to push it. But in July, we have like a bunch of bills going on that we vote for, and in 6 of the bills they have gun stuff in it. So what it's going to be is going to be like, oh, you get like a higher tax return, this, but they're going to throw a gun bill. And it's going to be just a gun law, just in the middle of that, because nobody reads. Nobody reads that book. So there's going to be like 5 or 6. And what it's going to be like a tax return with your kids. It's going to be schools. Or it's going to be like upgrading the roads. We're going to cut the tax on this, and they're going to throw a gun bill. That's how they're going to get it. I mean, I feel pretty good. As long as they don't do some stuff like Washington, man, you can't do nothing out there. Like, they say you can buy guns out there, but you kind of can't. And then say you do have a gun out there, right? Say you have a gun out there. You can't buy parts for your gun. So once it breaks, it breaks. There's nothing you can do about it. And then, I mean, unless you got like family out of town that can buy parts for you, don't listen to me. I'm just talking. This isn't advice. But I mean, that would be the only way you can get. I mean, unless you're gonna buy another gun, which is, I don't want to buy another gun because my gun broke and I can just fix it. Granted, that's why I buy Glocks, because I was just looking it up, and this basically like you can't shoot out a Glock. You can't. It's like, I think it's like 500,000 rounds, which no way you're gonna shoot that. That's like a generational gun. Like what is going on here? Oh, they extended it. But yeah, it's gonna be weird work, man. Like it's really making me think. If we didn't have such a bad name on Earth, I would want to move to another country because this stuff is crap. Yeah, I don't know where I'd move though, but probably somewhere where they speak English. But I mean, then I also wouldn't be able to take a gun. Probably not. I mean, I've kind of gotten used to having guns. Now that I can carry and all those things. Yeah, what am I going to do? I don't leave my guns with nobody. What kind of stuff is that? What are you talking about? Oh man, so crazy story, right? I went to the range. There's a small little white lady, probably like 35. Yo, when I said at, I'd say like 10 yards, she's shooting a group this big, like 10 shots. Yo, outshot me. Not even mad. Not even mad, because I couldn't compete with it. Couldn't compete with it. But I think she was a professional shooter though, because I was just looking at her placement, and every shot was like on point. Like, it's crazy. Yeah, that ain't no normal. That ain't no normal shooting. I thought it was amazing. I really haven't ran across a lot of people that could outshoot me at the range. Two people besides her. There's an old white guy with a 357, and he had it far back. Like, he had it far back. He probably had it like 30 yards, like almost to the back. And this dude was just hitting the center, like, but it sounded loud. Like, I couldn't. Yeah, a 357 is something different. Yeah. I said, I don't get how them old timers be walking around with them big old cannons like that and was actually using them. And I'm good. Then you're just taking out hunks and chunks. That'd be kind of different. I feel like this mix is taking forever.